Welcome to Cinema, where we focus on a film. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema, and today we're going to get a little bit honest, just to give a little channel update of everything that's been going on over periods where I've taken time off, over little breaks here and there, and just over the past time. If you're not following any of my community posts, I have sort of updated things from time to time, just things with getting more hours at my job that pushes me close to full-time, whereas it's sort of changed over past times, and just adding that extra time obviously takes away time from videos, but also watching the movies that allow me to create the big ambitious tasks that I want to. And this personal video that I'm making now, it's all thanks to AJ Reacts To, who recently just uploaded his own honesty video about being vulnerable and everything, things that's going on in his. I'll put a link to his video down below in the description, but thank you, AJ, because even now, I need to be vulnerable about expressing my anxiety of things where I often feel convoluted or just understanding, trying to comprehend what I should be putting out on content, things that I just feel, try and put something out and unsure how it will perform and relying too much on the numbers, because this would be a nice gig to eventually go full-time, because I'm really good at emotionally connecting with myself and speaking my thoughts, and I feel I'm getting better at speaking on film, which it makes it better in its own regard. But there's some things where it's just difficult, that even though my word of the year is onward and pursuing what I love most, and if there was something with YouTube that turned me off, I wasn't as excited with it, I would take that time to really stop doing YouTube or take a longer break from YouTube. And so I'm juggling some things where I need to have some rest and be in resolution with things that aren't working as well, but also the fact that I'm tackling too much at some regard with how much movies I'm trying to watch, while also tackling that work schedule and trying to figure out my sleep schedule and how that works, because I do night stock at a grocery store that goes 4 a.m. to 12 noon, and so sometimes it's just thrown off when I'm asleep, when I'm awake, and deciding also when that proper time to make videos are, and feeling like I can't make certain videos after it's too long after a release date. And so I need to make this video to just be honest and want to comprehend how I am going to be moving forward, because there are certain video ideas that are different than the typical reviews or rankings that sometimes I feel like I want to make, but then I don't end up wanting to make it, which goes against sort of what I want to do with my onward year that I'm doing this year, and trying to pursue new things, test and experiment with new ideas, whether it's new channels or just new videos in general. And honestly, going into this YouTube channel again this year, I didn't expect to go as big with reviews, but there's been a lot of feedback, some good reviews on it, and I still enjoy the reviews and just the feedback I've been getting from it. But I also need to tackle and figure out my time. I'm not the most expert video editor, and this is going to be very little edited, just this video alone, as I let out my raw thoughts. So I'm trying to figure out, if I don't add in any pictures to the reviews or rankings, except for maybe like the rankings where I put the number, oh, this is at last place, this is next, this is at first place, etc. And if I should delete the extra pictures of the movies, since I am not a pro at figuring out how to put the videos in, the video clips over what I'm speaking, and just allow it to be open, because I don't get a ton of viewer duration time, and that is partially possibly due to longer videos. I understand people are more to flashy editing and all that, but I'm still happy even if I don't get a ton of viewer duration just from it. I'm putting it out for the people that do like to hear that long extra talk on particular movies, just what we get out of that. And so I'd like some feedback if you would, just on my extra honesty. But not only with work and how that's going, I'm looking to possibly be moving soon, and part of that is just hard because I'm not great at initiating change in the ways that it just makes sense for not only moving to a new job, but also possibly moving out of state, because I've been wanting to move to this particular city for a while now, and I need to test if that's a new ground that I actually enjoy by living there, or if it's something that just isn't my thing and I move back here and restart with what I'm doing. But with this YouTube channel, I want to keep on moving forward and be able to fight this anxiety that has been sort of taking over and forced me into these breaks. And while part of the things is just with how much movies I have to watch for a particular ambition project, sometimes the ambition can control and kill the absolute vibe that I'm actually trying to go for. And I get behind because of what I'm doing, because one of the big projects I'm working on and towards is ranking every single Marvel movie ever. And there's a lot of caveats to these different franchises, whether it's all the Thor movies, including the animated ones, and all the animated Marvel movies, and how you separate that and then combine them together, trying to figure out what that actually looks like with a final result. Rewatching everything has been way too difficult. I don't plan too far ahead to some extent of what I do, and so I'm trying to tackle a more organized video schedule, but it doesn't always work because I always have to juggle what my time looks like, and that won't always turn out. And so I need to be fine with myself being able to release it whenever it actually works out, but also allowing myself to make all the videos that I want to in the meantime. From trailer reactions, I haven't been doing as much of those because I have to show my TV to have the trailer, since I don't know how to insert a trailer into the videos, and just all these other different forms of content, and just being able to focus on God. That's something I want to also be doing in some sort of way. There's not necessarily something that comes up specifically talking about God's message, because as a Christian, I just am fully into the faith that I believe in. And if that turns you off, you don't have to be fully on watching the videos, but it's not supposed to be something that eliminates my understanding and my faith of film, because there's an integration of how film works as an art and how that connects with me and my faith as a person, while also it being its own thing that doesn't need to eliminate viewers from what I'm actually talking about, especially if it is based on faith-based films or films that just seem to connect with my faith. And so I need to be a little bit more relaxed and just wanting to put my thoughts out here, just being honest with you without being overly vulnerable about specific things that I don't need to share on this channel, because I need to keep my private life still. But I also am been wanting to express myself in this sort of way. And so once again, I want to thank AJ Reacts 2 for putting out that video, because even my anxiety has been wrestling with how people have judged me about putting this video out. But I know deep down that there's really not that much hate that I've received from certain things, or being able to express myself, because people do want real things these days as much as these overstimulated AI or other things where people put on fake personas. I just want to always be honest, and with my opinions recently, I've been getting better at that this year, just being able to express my hot takes. But some ideas going forward may have to do with doing hot take solo videos or something along the lines of that, but that's sort of just an overall gist. Everything that I've been wanting to just overall express myself with my job or certain things with anxiety that's been holding me back a little, that even though part of the time is purposeful time off to watch more movies, to make more videos in the future, especially with the Marvel stuff going up, some of that is just an unfocused mess of undermining what I feel I really should be putting out. And so I hope you have enjoyed and been watching this so far. If it's your first video, it's a weird one, but I do enjoy you for sticking around with this channel. Make sure to like this video or leave any feedback on anything that I talked about and what I've asked about, with if I should continue adding the pictures, even though they're not the flashy videos, to my movie reviews and rankings, or if I should kind of leave them out. I appreciate any feedback, any support that you guys have given me. I need to focus less on the number system, the algorithm I'm still following for what I'm trying to get out of the process moving forward in the future, judging what I do. But whether it gets 5 views or 200 views, or if it somehow surpasses 1,000 views and I start growing throughout that, I'm going to try and put out the things that I want to experiment with, even if it isn't something I fully embrace as a long-term thing. I need to try new things out and be able to be fine with not always getting all the feedback that I feel something should be getting, because overall, this is something that has been a personal project that I love and I've been getting better at, and the community has been growing, and I really thank you for supporting the channel over this past year and just all the years since, if you've been here from the beginning. So I want to thank you all for watching. That's about it without rambling on too much longer. So thank you for watching, and make sure to do yourself a favor and go watch a movie.